Good afternoon, my name is Craig. I will be creating a basic 3D surface model of a UK mains power USB adapter. The software I will be using today is the free online version of the popular 3D modeling app called SketchUp. This is the item I will be trying to draw today. As you can see, there is the standard UK three-pronged power adapter. The casing has a slight curve to each edge and to the base, and there is also a little light, and then obviously the USB port adapter there. Today I will only be drawing the basic shape, and if I have time, the prongs as well in this episode. Later episodes I will add more detail, um, round corners off and make it look a bit more um, modern, maybe, instead of just a square box. Thank you. So I will get straight into it. I'll just move my instructions. So, excuse me. So we'll select the simple template. I apologise if my voice sounds a bit croaky. I've got the man flu lurgy. So we want to erase the bloke. That comes as standard with this piece of software. Sorry. No, very rude. Coughing down the microphone. So this is the basic sheet. Use your center mouse to zoom in and out, and there's also, if you use, there you go, couldn't find it, there's a pan as well to move it around. This is the XY axis, but in SketchUp they use green, red and blue. So to start off, we'll set the origin 0, 0 coordinates. SketchUp doesn't use coordinates, it just uses measurements. So basically all you have to do is select the green, it says green axis, and then type in 60, which is the length of the item. We're in millimeters, obviously. And if we need to zoom in a little bit because, yeah, that's better now. We could select the pan and then, oops. We could select pan and move it like that. So we need to select the end point again. Then using the red line, hold it over, type in 40. Then we don't need to add more. We just select the origin and it creates a surface. Creates a profile line all the way around, which is still doesn't create one polyline. So we can actually select the lines individually, or if you hold control down, you can select multiple lines. So what we want to do now is expand that surface. So we drag it up using the pull push tool. We want to drag it up to, I can't see my directions actually. There you go. If I put it under the light, I should be able to see it. 26. So Type in 26, enter. And then, as you can see by the actual device, that is that bit there. But there's actually another bit that sticks out, which holds the pins. So if we take a line from the end point there down to 23, so if we select that edge, so it's on edge 23, and what it's done is draw the little pointer. Well, it's draw the line from there 23 long, and then we just draw a line across and grab that line. Use the push pull, and then that needs to be 6. So now we've made that step. See, you can see that step there. We made that step. Everything's all square. There's no radius. We'll put radii on later. We will now do these bits here. That bit there, and there's a bit there. As you can see, there's a little tiny gap there. I've got no idea how deep they are, and I'm going to say that bit of material there is 1 millimeter, and a radius of 4. Well, not radius of 4, but 4 from that edge there, and the bottom edge 3, because it looks a lot thinner than that edge. So, going by that, I've selected 2-point arc. So the 2-point arc, you can select the 1 point, and then you can select, I'm looking at the length at the bottom of the screen here. It says, at the moment, it says 89. I think, I haven't wrote it down, but I think it's 7 from the bottom. So what we can do is measure it. Use the measure tool. Seven. So we put a point there. So when we do the arc, we can go, oops, rotate it so it's a bit easier. We leave it on the red line and then type in 4. It creates a surface. So that 4. Likewise, if we 6, 7, we did it, didn't we? I'll put a point there. Then click. So we've got the end point to the guide point. Pull it out on the red line again. Now, in other software, this would be the minus figures. Obviously, plus is on the right hand side of the white line, or the green line in this, but this just uses red and green and blue. It doesn't specify minus. So we'll use 4. So you don't need to type in -4, -3, -10. You can just type in 4 and it will. So we'll do the same, but this one's going to be 3, as you can see. And now what we want to do is use the push pull tool again, and if we select this one and pull it down, as you can see by the actual item, this lip doesn't come all the way down. Doesn't even come halfway down that part. It comes about halfway down the middle part. So what we'll do is we can drag it down and snap it to the midpoint there. You see? And then do the same for this one, but we can't snap it to the midpoint. Well, we could. It does allow us, but what you can actually do is snap it to the end point of there. You see? Likewise, that one, snap it to the end point of there. So now we've got the basic shape. Now what we need to do is, oh, that's not the one. There is one called mirror, not mirror. I think it's in the push and pull. Offset. Offset. We offset that face. See? I don't really like it that much because it doesn't. So if we press Control Z to undo, and then if we select that edge, is it going to pull us through? No, it doesn't want to know. No, okay then. All right. So what we'll do is we'll use this measuring tool again, and we'll measure in 1 mil. Okay. And then likewise, 1 mil. Now we'll use the 2 point, grab them 2 points there, and that one. It's not really exactly, is it? So let's. Oops. I've used the undone key, so we'll just use the 2 prong again. And what we'll do is do by eye, I think. Doesn't make no difference though. You know, that's say done it by eye, and it's a lot better. So if we tell the computer we want an endpoint there, we'll bring it across. See? So we're telling the computer the endpoint is going to be there. See? Pretty good, really. Makes it a lot quicker. And then if we go endpoint there and endpoint there, I guess. It's alright, isn't it? So we use the push pull tool, put it down. There's no, I've got no depth, so just put it down to any depth basically. I could, if you wanted to be really accurate, you could bring it, you could snap it to that corner right there in the corner, but it's only for show. So that's the basic that. So we'll do so if we use that tape measure again, the USB port is not in the center. So if I show you, the USB port is not in the center, as you can see. It's slightly closer to this edge than it is to that edge. So I think I did mark it. I said 8mm, but it looks bigger than, it actually looks bigger than 8mm. Unfortunately, this is the only, yep, it's definitely bigger than 8mm. It's 10mm, that one is. 10mm from the top edge. Ah, it's 8mm from the bottom edge. So if we select the midpoint and then go down 7mm, so it creates that line there. And then if we create a midpoint to midpoint, midpoint to midpoint, please. Not doing it. Okay, we'll have to draw a line. Okay. They're construction lines. The dotted are. Can get rid of them eventually, hopefully. So now I'm going to draw a line and mark a point from that intersection to, I think it's 4mm. Did I put down? 6mm. So it is 3. So I've done a dot there. So I've drawn. So if we draw a line out 14, so it's 7 each side. No, 7. No, I'll have to take my hand off it. 7. Down the blue line, 6. So it moved it. And then just need to touch, and then 14. And then we'll select the endpoint, drag it across, and then close. And then if we delete, not sure if we're going to delete it or not. No. It's just a point on the drawing. So that is basically, if you just push it in, there's no specification. So that is the end of this episode. Next episode, I was hoping to do the prongs this episode, but we'll start on the 3 prongs and then do some of the radii on some of these edges to make it look a bit smoother as I show you the edge. So there's some smooth radii around the edges, and then there's a decoration on the back, and then this information panel, which is also, it's got a lip, and then we'll try and do some sort of design for that. And then obviously there's a pat test on the bottom. There's a line around the midsection with a groove. It's got a slight arc, and there's a little light. So we'll do that all in the next episode. So thanks very much for watching this, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye for now.